Hey yo, it's Cheesy. This is behind the scenes for a 12-minute video that I scrapped in 2025 called Can You Actually Fix Roblox Moderation? It's pretty much a poor attempt at explaining why Roblox moderation is unfixable. Yes, the thumbnail you're currently seeing right now is the thumbnail that I made for this specific video when I gotten almost very close to finishing this video. Anyways, without further ado, let me go over this video, the things I was trying to say with it, and alongside with that, showcase some of the stuff I made for this video. The intro for this video came to be from a few experimentation I had when I first got my hands on Cavalry for the first time. I thought to myself, okay, this is going to be a very cool intro for that Roblox moderation video that I'm totally not going to scrap in the future, yeah! This old original character of mine was supposed to be the face of my main YouTube channel, but after scrapping this video, I thought that it's kind of stupid to base my original character on a random Roblox outfit I had. I mean, it's not a bad idea for an original character, but I feel like it would have been a lot better if it was like a regular character, like an anthropomorphic character made using Nomad Sculpt or something like that, and not like a random Roblox outfit. This is one of the reasons why my current OC is a basic Roblox avatar with no eyes and not much color to it. Speaking of this animation, if I remember correctly, I think it took me like a few days to make, or like a week with something. I frankly don't remember how long it took me to make this, and I won't be able to tell that by the modified date of the project file with this animation because I used the same file for poses. By the way, as a side note, or rather a side pro tip, please avoid PNG sequences. This shit can easily clog your drive if you're not careful enough, especially if you render something at 60 FPS. I mean, this whole entire window is like almost 10 gigabytes. And this whole entire thing was rendered in 60 FPS. Ooh, it's thunderstorming. It's probably gonna get very fucking humid afterwards. Oh yeah, also, before I went with Vista Windows 7 styled window rig, I had a very basic one inspired by Windows 11 of all systems, or rather by a rig I previously made in After Effects for a shitty series I shelved before shifting my workflow to Cavalry because I've gotten fed up with Adobe. Moving back to the topic, in the intro I answered the question in the title by simply saying no. After answering the question, I proceeded to talk about how Roblox removed things like forums, comments, and group walls, saying the reason why they were removed is moderation issues with colorful fonts and wobbling text. I don't know, I thought this was like a fun thing to put in the video. And to write this answer home, I decided to provide like fake examples of what comments under Roblox games were like in my experience of being on this platform when this was still a thing. I also decided to provide an example of the kind of things people were posting on forums by showing a fake post saying that people could post whatever the hell they wanted on forums, and sometimes literally implying that there was an instance where someone posted something illegal on forums. Also, the ID for the post itself is not fake. I took it from the first ever post I made on Roblox forums in 2015. An embarrassing post, mind you. After these examples, I show things Roblox moderates. Like, I try to explain that Roblox has a lot of shit to moderate, and because of that, they are incapable of moderating a lot of things, leading to issues with moderation and going with drastic changes. Then I proceed to ask why Roblox moderation is so ass either way with a question dialogue and a snarky button. And then, chapter card! There are 3 chapters to this video, and there are a lot of things I made for each chapter. Okay, not really for the 3rd chapter, but I'll talk about why that's the case. Now, I'm going to give a summary of each chapter and then go over stuff I made for them while also talking about how I use them. In the first chapter, I talk about problems with UGC catalog in general. A lot of things I've said there kind of sounded like it didn't come from my own self and my own experience, and at the same time, it sounded slightly condescending. It's kind of difficult for me to explain my tone from my own perspective, but I felt an eek from it. Like, some kind of an ache. I also gave my room temperature take on what Roblox should do with UGC catalog, saying they should make it invite only. Not just for UGC accessories, mind you, but for UGC catalog in general. I felt and still feel mixed about it, especially considering how Roblox goes about safety these days. Anyways, it's time to show some cool stuff I made for this chapter in a random order. This was made to showcase just how many bypass t-shirts, or rather, milkies, get uploaded to Roblox catalog daily. Following this, I go on to say that t-shirts and shirts are match in heaven for creating bypass shirts, showing this Mo graphic. I use this window when transitioning from talking about UGC accessories to classic clothing. Icons falling to the ground were paired with me saying, "For years!" By the way, this pod was made with physics. I did not keyframe all of this like a crazy crackhead. Although, if I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not really that hard to animate this with keyframes. When talking about how any user can or could easily upload Roblox clothing,
I genuinely don't care about Roblox nowadays.
this is how I tried to describe this. I basically took whatever I made for the intro of this video, expanded on it, and also made a render of a fake shirt I made for funsies. I don't understand why I decided to put effort into making this, if I'm going to be honest with you. Like, this window was only used once in the video. Why did I make a slider for changing between item types? What the fuck? Piss bird, piss bird, piss bird. Sorry. This was basically one of the problems with UGC catalog that I decided to start the first chapter with. And it's a problem with shitty re-uploads. It was paired with another window showing what this piss bird is based on. The first two images that are inside the probably you right now folder were made to be paired with me saying, "You might say that Roblox will do their job," or something along those lines. Once I go, "ha ha," before saying why the statement is stupid, the first window turns into the second window, containing a render I corrupted using Audacity. When talking about how Roblox moderation is basically a frozen caveman, I basically made the other two images that are inside this folder of Roblox not understanding what the hell it's looking at. What exactly? Well, these shirts. Could I have simply downloaded thumbnails off of Roblox instead of putting extra unnecessary effort into this? Yes! But come on, I don't like it when my shit is unironically pixelated. When talking about Pissbird, I briefly mentioned that Roblox used to have an invite-only UGC catalog and also used to invite YouTubers as special treatment in a single sentence. I'm not kidding when I say that. And I basically showed these two images together while saying this sentence. Somehow. This is self-explanatory. Or at least should be self-explanatory. This window was used to visually describe clothing catalog and how easy it used to be to upload them to Roblox. I thought that whatever I did with moderation issues text was cool, so I decided to do the same thing here. This one was paired with me talking about how people are able to snug a questionable item in between other items. This is when I learned that you could create arrays of images and make a specific index of that array appear within a range of duplicates. These three images would appear at the end of the first chapter, where I say that Roblox could harm investors, players, and themselves financially if they went with my room temperature take. Made these on a whim. Well, specifically these renders. The second chapter is similar to the first chapter with a slight difference. That difference is the problem with me sounding like an outsider became more prominent than in the previous chapter. And the same thing can be said about my condescending tone. Well, at least from my observation. Okay, these four Mo graphics combined into one are divided. I love my neighbors, oh my god! Okay, so all these motion graphics, or rather names for these motion graphics, were used when talking about finding inappropriate games on Roblox, borderline questionable games, and how these games get away with it. I tried my best to recreate the TikTok layout. There are a few inconsistencies there, but I did my best to recreate it. The first 3 layouts that I rendered for this pod were basically just a joke where 2 people argue about which color is the best. Evangelion style. The 4th layout had a pixelated video of a Club Penguin sex video. I did not stutter there. I thought it will be a little funny to make a render and a window specifically for the pod where I say, you might find something softer than that. This wasn't written on purpose. Like, it wasn't, like, genuinely written on purpose. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know how to write proper scripts. For context, this pod was made when I heard about how some developers of very questionable games defended their game when people talked about them. I don't remember specifics of this though. Also, the window with random symbols was made with a string generator that changes seats every frame. This was paired with me saying, Discord, yeah! When talking about where people could find access codes to inappropriate games. Kinda sucks that recent versions of Cavalry broke this glass breaking effect. This is the first motion graphic of the second chapter where I talk about NSFW Roblox games and how innocent they can be from outside. I'm kind of proud of how I did game joining MoGraph. It kind of looks like the real thing, at least in my opinion. Oh yeah, the thing that comes after the loading screen was basically made out of pure boredom. It's based on a quirky bait-and-switch video that I downloaded a while ago. After the me when I ran out of ideas bit, the NSFW game generator pod comes in, where I talk about how every single NSFW game on Roblox is pretty much similar to each other, and how they are shared in places like Discord. Okay, if I'm going to be honest with you, I don't remember where I used this window. I probably used it near the end of the chapter when I asked a question if the problem with inappropriate games on Roblox was solvable. I don't know, I probably used it somewhere else. Yeah. Oh, holy shit, why do I burp every single time whenever I record a fucking video? Now, are you ready to hear why I decided to scrap this video? Okay, you're probably piecing together a reason yourself, judging by where this is going, but for what exactly? Well, let me get you through the following motion graphic, or rather, a few motion graphics that I'm allowed to show you. Roblox in-game ban note and termination note were made to be paired with me saying that you could easily bypass these two by creating a different account, essentially bypassing a ban the developers have given to you. I also said that if they given that ban through byeee or byeee, you could change your MAC address, as implied in a different MoGraph I made. So okay, I'll read whatever I have written in the third chapter, and I basically thought to myself that if I were to upload a video with a chapter like this, where I sounded extremely stupid and uneducated, I would sound like a confidently condescending idiot in general. The reason why I thought this was kind of stupid is because I have never heard of an instance of someone evading byeee, let alone by changing their MAC address to do so. I'm specifically talking about byeee. Alright, anyways, I'm gonna move straight to the conclusion pod because I made a few more stuff for it too. Weirdly enough. In conclusion, I basically said that moderation on any platform is never going to be perfect, and also said that parents should take care of their children. That's a very short summary of this part of the video, but if you saw how big this conclusion really is by reading the script for this video, you will be shocked that I didn't scrap this video before I even got to the editing stage. Alright, last round of cool stuff, go! This is basically direction bait. And you know, if I actually uploaded this video in 2025, you probably will have written a comment exactly like this. When talking about how problems are going to persist regardless of what people do with moderation, I paired it with a fake article and a fake tweet. Do you understand why this video has this dumbass thumbnail now? These two windows were paired when talking about how fixing automod and hiring more moderators does not lead to, like, a better moderation if we look past costs, as implied with the third window, saying that doing these two things is not going to make the platform safe and welcoming for every group of people. I didn't explain why exactly, I just said this and moved on with my point.
This is how undercooked this video really is.
When briefly talking about how platforms proclaiming that they are safe for children are not really safe, I paired this with this animation. This was my first time trying to use look at constraint for the bubble, and honestly it looks kinda smooth. Now, before I end this video, there's still one unanswered question. Why did I make this video in the first place? Anyways, catch you later when I make an actual video. If you want to keep on seeing behind the scenes videos like this, you can support me on Boosty. If you can, of course. I honestly don't want to put this stuff behind a stupid subscription wall. Anyways. If you're wondering whether I still have the project file for this video, then unfortunately I'm going to say no to that, because the SSD that this project file used to be on is now being used by my video editing machine, or my Mac Mini. And the reason why I had to format this SSD is because it had a tuber called Windows 11. So consider the original cut for this scrapped video to be lost media. Just like my Buhu Salon trolling video from 2018 or 2017 that I deleted out of shame. Okay, these four Mo graphics combined into one are divided. I love my neighbor!